another video. Today is a get ready with me as I speak to you guys about how my FM, who secretly hated our family dog, put our dog down without me being able to say goodbye. So I have my palette today, the Nickelodeon palette. Don't know where, got this from a friend, I don't know where she got it. I will be using this orange and this blue to make a orange and blue Bronco inspired look. Already started, which is why my lids are freaking weird looking right now. But I suck at life, so I had to restart this video. Didn't like how it was going, didn't like how I was rambling, didn't want to go through, edit it, you know, all that. So here we are. We are currently in Kansas City, Kansas for the Bronco versus Chiefs game. So yeah, here we are. Alright, so to get started with the story time, I'm not sure if I stated this before, but when I was, like I said, I got adopted and I moved out to Colorado when I was 3 years old. When my FD came out to Colorado, and bought his house stuff, he went and got a German Shepherd, named her Savage. She was not a savage. She was a angel, a literal freaking angel. She would go to the edge of the driveway. That was it. The story is that why he bought her was living in Chicago when he would have to walk to and from school. There was a German Shepherd, a male named Savage, that would an attack dog. But when he went to get his own German Shepherd when he got older, like when he got his own house and stuff, there was only female German Shepherds, so he still named her Savage, but like I said, she was an angel. She was such a good dog. Apparently why she's like that is because one time when she was a puppy, she ran down the street to the stop sign, which isn't very far, but you know, don't want to get hit by a car and stuff. He pulled her in and really spanked her really hard. And the neighbors across the street did threaten to call the cops on him, but I mean, because he kind of got a little too mad about it, but she, you know, never did anything stupid after that again. And that's not saying, oh, hit your dogs or, you know, because I am an avid, you know, animal abuse person, you know. I'm so against it. I hope that across the U.S. they will soon, because I heard in some states they have to be registered like sex offenders basically, so they can't get, you know, other dogs and shit like that, because fuck Michael Vick. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways. So, this dog, like I said, was an angel, and she was my freaking best friend. I'm gonna rewind for a second, and I remember asking my FM if I was afraid of Savage, because, you know, I was 3 when I got there, and, you know, German Shepherds are pretty big. And she told me that I used to beat the dog. Not sure how true that is, now that I think about it as an adult. Not you know, beat the dog, but I used to kick her and punch her or whatever. Which is, honestly, when she told me that, I cried. I freaking cried. I've always, for as long as I can remember, I've loved dogs. So it's gonna be really fucked up if she lied about that. It's kind of fucked up if she didn't too, just because, you know, I would never do that in a million fucking years now as an adult, or even any older than I was when I supposedly did it. Me doing that was probably because of the fact that I saw my father, biological father, my sperm donor, hitting my mother I don't recollect any abuse. Like I know, like my family have seen it. Like one time, I guess my father tried to run my mother down while she was with a car while she was pushing me in the stroller. But yeah, so obviously I had witnessed a lot of abuse to, see, to have any sort of anger towards, an animal. Like I said, that's so wrong. I really hope that's not true. But if it is, I would never do that in a million years. I mean, kids will be kids, but, you have to correct them. But anyways, um, I, I love this dog. She was like my best friend in the house. Every time I'd get yelled at, mostly by my FM, I would go sit. Okay, so there was, for the house, there was the garage, 2 doggy doors, a doggy door to the backyard where she had like a dog run, her little dog house, whatever. And then there's a doggy door into the house, which she was not allowed in the house, which I found out later why. But she could go on, there's like this little platform, and then there's the stairs to go downstairs, and then a little step up into the kitchen and the upstairs part of the house. She was allowed to stay on the platform when like it was really cold or whatever. It was big enough, big enough for her. She would just, lay there, sleep there a lot of the time. But yeah, I would sit there on the stairs and I'd like whisper into her ear what was wrong with me. She would lick my tears off, man's best friend, So, I love that dog. Now, one day in 6th grade, we woke up. I was eating breakfast, so was my FB, and our dog, Savage, comes in onto a little platform, and she starts running in circles and just acting weird. And even at, 6, 7 years old, my FB was like, Mommy, there's something wrong with Savage. So we go outside, and she's laying down. She can't move. She can't move. And we found out later it was a stroke, which is why she was leaning to one side. And I remember begging my foster mom to let me stay home from school because I knew something was wrong with her. She told me no, of course, which is why I'm making this video. And so I went to school. Now, this is kind of a funny part because my little dramatic ass, I wanted to be like a movie scene and freaking be all quiet while all my friends were talking, and they're I have my head down in a seat and they're poking me oh, what's wrong with you, what's wrong with you? So I text one of them and I was like, I'm sad because my dog's sick. And so she's like, oh, she texted me. And then she reads it. She's like, oh, she's sad because her dog's sick. In front of everybody, which is, I mean, I wanted my friends to know, but I didn't want to talk about it. And I wanted to be fucking dramatic as shit. So there was that. And so yeah. And then that whole day, I was worried. Obviously, I'm in 6th grade, so I have a short attention span, so it's not like I was worried the whole day, but, when I was walking home from school, I didn't even make it in the house. She flings the door open, she's like, she's gone. Start freaking bawling my eyes out. And so yeah. And then, the following week, I remember in my language arts class, this kid gets called to the office, from the intercom. They're like, Miss blah blah blah, can you send blah 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 and make sure he brings his stuff because he will not be coming back. We were like, all the stupid, ooh, you're in trouble bullshit. And then, this probably, I don't even know when this happened, but I said a week after that, but I'm not sure. Sometime after that, and then I think that was like a Friday or something. The next Monday, I asked him, I was like, what, like, why do you have to leave? He's like, oh, my dog died. Remember that. Remember that. That's what good parents do. They pull their kids out of school for shit that they need to be there for. Mind you, I wasn't allowed to skip school for basically anything. I remember one time in elementary school, because they had my FB, I was like in 5th grade, they took me out of school to go to the zoo one time. But when I really needed to be like out of school because I didn't feel good, didn't have any fucking mental health days, which my daughter will get because I know you need to take care of your mental health. Because she didn't believe in teenagers or young kids having problems because we're just underage children. Because daughter's sleeping. Because kids can't have issues, right? Anyways, that will be coming up in a story time. But yeah, so he tells me that like his dog died, so his parents took him home from school so he could say goodbye to his dog. Or his dog died, or they had to put it down, whatever. Dog was dead. His parents pulled him out of school. That's what you're supposed to do, right? So yeah. Years later, I'm talking to one of my uncles because my grandma's, my uncle's my mom's brother, so his mom is my grandma, and his, my FD was my great uncle, so that was his direct uncle. Anyways, he used to come to Colorado a lot. He came with me to help me adjust when they adopted me, all that stuff. So I was talking to him, and I was like, isn't that so messed up that she, didn't let me stay home from school when I asked her? He's like, well, you know why, right? And I was like, why? He's like, she hated the dog. I was like, you're lying. He's like, no, she hated the dog. That's why the dog wasn't allowed in the house. And granted, that isn't why, I know some people don't allow their dogs in their house. They don't, or allow them on the couch, whatever. People, people can have family dogs that are just, their second kids, but not want them in certain areas of the house or whatever. So that doesn't mean, they necessarily hate the dog, but she wanted my FD to get rid of the Savage when she moved, and he said, fuck no. So that was a challenge for her, because that was something she couldn't tell him. She couldn't snap her fingers and be like, do this, and he'll do it. That was the one thing he would not do. So she hated the dog. Hated the dog. And that is why she didn't pull me out of school to say goodbye to my dog. And it just pisses me off. Like, I'm telling you, I love that dog. Like, that dog was my best friend, and she let her go without, And this brought back I just remembered this. Well, obviously I never forgot about this, but this came in full force, this whole story, when I was watching Teen Mom, if you watch Teen Mom, and Kale had to talk to her kids about putting their dog to sleep because he had cancer. I was like, that's what good parents do, is you sit your kids down and tell them, and ask them if they want to be in the room, Because I know we don't have Bella anymore, but I would love, I would want to be a part of the, that situation of if she has to ever be put down, or, if she dies, that they call me, because I took care of her when she was a puppy. Like, I got her at 8 weeks, and it broke my heart to even just give her up. She'd give her up down the street, to give her someone down the street that I was, and I still see her. Like, I haven't seen her in a while because I'm busy. I have my own baby, but I still get to see her, and she's doing great, you know? So I could just, like, her having to give her up and not being around her every day, and, like, we gave her away, right, to someone we knew. I could always see her. And I would just, you know, be washing dishes upstairs when we still lived with our roommate, and, you know, I'd look outside where she used to play, and I would start crying. I'd start bawling. Like, I love dogs. I love, you know, my dogs, and, you know, my friends' dogs that I'm around all the time. Like, I go bonds with them. So I just think that was just so fucked up of her. Of all the things she's done to me, that was one of the most fucked up things she's done to me, because she took something from me that she had no right to take. And I'm getting all serious now. I'm trying not to cry, honestly, because, like I said, that was my best friend in the house. Human or not, she listens to me, because she has to. She had to listen to me, and I just feel like sometimes she would, you know, lick me, and I feel like she was talking to me. Like, I really do, and just, I didn't know I was gonna get this emotional over this, but that just really hurts my feelings that I was stripped of that experience, even though it's not, you know, something joyful and stuff. I remember on Facebook I read a vet, like, some confessions, or, like, and a veterinarian said the worst thing, that she knows that it's bad, like, you don't want to see your dog dying, you know, but the worst thing about that is they look around for their owner. Like, they search for their owner when, you know, they're being put to sleep. They want you there. And granted, I wasn't technically her, you know, her first owner. At least my FD was there, you know, to hold her paw. I hope he was. I really hope he was. But if he was there, you know, she has him, you know, to be there on her last breath. But that should have been something I was asked, you know. I should have got that opportunity. I mean, I can't say in like back then I would want to, but I was never, you know, I was stripped. That opportunity was stripped from me, and that's not fair. So that's just like I said, that's one of the worst things she's ever done to me. Because on top of, like, everything else, you know, getting my clothes taken away, whatever, I can get new clothes, you know? Getting makeup taken away, I could get new makeup, you know? Lying to my FD, having him break my stuff, you know? Not that, it wasn't intensively, like, oh, you forgot to do dishes, let me break this, you don't get this, you know? It wasn't super crazy in that sense, but there have been times where, like, he has broken, like, I lied, I guess I lied about something, so he told me to go get one of my CDs, and he stepped on it right in front of me. Yeah, but yeah, that's one of the things that I really just, I don't know why. I don't know why someone would do that to a kid, and I don't know. I will never do that to my daughter. And I'm getting, like, all emotional right now, and I hate it. But yeah, this was supposed to be like a get ready with me, but shit. My eyebrows look like shit. I have to fix my eyebrows, and my makeup looks bad because I'm distracted. I promise I've done this look and it's looked really good. Sometimes I do with, like, glitter on the orange. I just look kind of crazy right now. I don't know. Well, I'm not gonna be going anywhere because it's fucking snowing over here. supposed to get 8 inches. So, yeah. So it's nothing too, I mean, I guess this is just solely for sports. I wouldn't, I mean, if I was going out, I would go out. I've gone out with like this makeup just for like game day things, but it's not nothing for like special events, so it's whatever. I just put myself in a bad mood though, just thinking about that. But yeah, my dog got put down, and I did not get to say goodbye. So there's that. Yeah, I'm not feeling this right now. Maybe if I put like a wig on it. Yeah, I filmed this before, but I just kept rambling and yeah, whatever. But that was the story about my dog being put down. As I repeat myself over and over again because I don't know what else to say. But yeah, don't put your child's dog down without telling them, you know. And granted, like I know she had to go down. It's not like, oh, they put her down, just put her down. My FD would never do that. He loved that dog as much as I did. But I just think that's crazy. Like, when I heard that she hated, like she actually asked him to get rid of Savage, like, that just infuriated me. I'm like, how dare you fucking rip that opportunity from me because you didn't like the dog. And the dog that did nothing to you, the dog that was an angel. Like, even when my FB was born, he could go up to her and she'd just lick him, but she wouldn't lick him too much. Like, she was just an angel. Like, dogs and babies are gifts from God. Like, they're just perfect. They can do no wrong. Like, I know people are like, oh, pit bulls this, pit bulls that. Actually, our friend that we're staying with has 2 pit bulls. They're boys, and they are so cute. They'll look at you, like they'll sit, like they're like twins. Like they look like twins. They're just a little off-colored, and they have, there's certain markings, which you could tell them apart by, but they look at you, they look like twins, and they're so cute. Oh my god, but yeah. Like, I know people are like, oh, pit bulls, pit bulls. She was definitely, my FM was definitely, since we're on the top of a dog, she was afraid of chihuahuas because of their eyes are evil. And then she was afraid of pit bulls because of the stigma. I hate ignorant ass people who say that. Oh my god. Like, the puppies that we're hanging out with this weekend, one of them's a puppy. Well, they're both puppies, but one of them is kind of like Bella, our boxer. Like, she'll try to chew on you, tries to play a lot, and one's just so sweet. Lets you love on him. Like, they're perfect. It's all about the owners. Like, I don't know what made anyone in their right mind just be like, oh, pit bulls are, like, badass. Gotta train them to fight. Like, whoever started that shit, fuck you. And fuck Michael Vick. I haven't said it again. I think I said it at the beginning of the video. But yeah. Fuck Michael Vick. I signed that petition to not let him go on there, and he's still going. Fuck that. Oh, he did his time. Did you read everything that he did? Did you? Because if you did, we weren't reading the same shit. If you still think he did his time and he should still be glorified, like, fuck out of here with that. But yeah, I'm a dog lover, so, and that's just something that, like, it kind of haunts me. Like I said, we don't really technically have Bella anymore, but God forbid anything ever happened to her soon or anything, because I got Bella because I wanted my daughter to be, have a dog, grow up with a dog, but it was just too much for me. But I still want them to, when my daughter gets older, I want her to know Bella, so I want us to be a part of that situation when it's time for her to go, because it's really fucked up. Don't do that to your kids don't do that to anyone, actually. Like, what the hell? Like, oh my god. And, like, I know it's not, like, an uncommon thing. Because I know kids have been, like, I know there's, like, jokes about, you know, I've seen a lot of them on, like, Family Guy and American Dad where, oh, I thought you said, like, where parents, like, a dog gets run over and stuff, be like, oh, they went to the farm or whatever. That, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. But if your kid knows something's up with their dog and you make them go to school and put them down behind their back, you're trash. Like, you're little, you're straight booty cheeks, man. Like, I can't. Like, that's horrible. But yeah, a little side note, just because this is like 6th grade, I don't know, I can't remember what else I'm going to put for like middle school wise, but as I was saying, she would not let me stay home from school for anything. I remember I got my first period in 6th grade, a little off track, in 6th grade when it was like right before school, like it was a school night, and she's like I started bleeding, and then I wasn't feeling good. She's like, oh my god, you started your period, so she gave me pads or whatever, and then she was like, if you don't feel good tomorrow, you can stay home from school. Like, fuck yeah, like, but generally, I did not feel good. Like, I literally had to go to school, like, because she, like, woke me up. She's like, time for school. I was like, oh, I don't feel good. Like, I have my period. She's like, you still gotta go to school. You're always gonna have your period. You can't stay home from school all the time. Which I get that concept, but still, like, she did tell me that, she told me one thing and then she switched up. Like, she did that all the time. And there were times where my period would just get so bad. So, you know what? Should I make this a different video? Let me know if you want to hear some period stories. They're not like gross or anything. It's just, you know, having my period as an adolescent. It's not graphic or anything like that. Let me know if you want to hear that. This was just about my dog. I love that dog. Rest in peace to her. She was my best friend. She was my best friend, and that was just really fucked up. But yeah, I have not finished my makeup. I'm just getting distracted. I'm getting emotional, so I can't do my makeup on camera anymore. I will finish this and probably put like a video or a picture at the end of this clip. Just do that because I want to do a cute little get ready with me thing, but yeah. So I will be back with the final look later. If I don't come back on here to talk, then bye. See you guys later. See you in my next video. Bye.